right here, and you're looking at Bill Rack right here, and and hundreds of people saw it, and unfortunately it was like, 45 minutes after my tour.
Melinda, why don't you explain what's going on here? What is this that we're looking at?
Psychokinesis, psycho, like of the mind, because you have to be psycho to do it. Kinetic, meaning kinesis, like movement. So it's moving, it's affecting matter with your mind. Telekinesis is actually moving something with your mind.
And who did all these? Who did all
I
this?
bent all these.
Look at that.
I bent all these because every time I teach a class, everyone bends 3 to 5 pieces a piece, including me. So they're joining me in the process. My clients take everything. My clients take everything they bend with them, and this is the stuff that I bent. Now, I've also bent more, but every once in a while, and I'm overdue. Every once in a while, I gather up a bunch. I leave like 30 of my absolute favorite, best examples for the class. And then I take everything else to the metal recycling, to the recycle. We have a big recycle place. And so I'll take it there for recycling and put it in the metal recycling. I'm way overdue to do that. I haven't done it in a long time and I need to. But, and this is what, silverware is just regular store-bought silverware to begin with. And I go to thrift stores, and when I'm really running low, I go to the discount stores and buy silverware sets. But even a set of 20 of each thing is still like $40. Very once in a while I do that because I run out. Because I'll hit all the thrift stores, and sometimes I clean them out and they don't have it for a while. But if you guys are...
Can you do it right now? Can you bend a spoon for us?
That's what I'm saying. I want to see this.
So pass. I'm just going to use some good examples to pass around and look at.
You gotta get
this is a spoon bowl.
Did you see this? This is a great one.
Jack Huck used to give you a badge in his class like this.
It's crazy.
Certified worm farmer if you bent a spoon bowl.
There is no
And I've been about 5 of those. Because the aerodynamics of the spoon bowl are supposed to be, quote, impossible, end quote.
Spoon bowl,
Yeah.
Oh, mine
Now,
that's
now in the class,
Won't you realize?
you're doing the process and you're bending like this, You're manipulating, right? You're bending,
It is
okay?
yourself that
In the
is
class,
bending.
and using your hands. But like this, try right now to bend this very much using force. Just put it back on here. You guys have looked at everything. You passed it. Did you see them too? Okay.
Did you see the soup phone?
Okay. But this right now, you notice that handle would take a certain amount of force to bend. Like, you would take a pretty good amount of force. Now don't...
Yeah, it would.
You have to, I mean, you could use a lot, but you have to go to bend it. In the class, it bends easy. You go to do this, and you start to bend it. Next thing you know, you're going like this, and the rest of the loops go super easy. Well, if you think about it...
How long does it take to bend one?
When I do this class, well, it takes only seconds, but
Really?
but this class, the class is 2 hours long. The first class is, you guys are on to me already. The first hour is all talking, and the second hour is the technique and doing. Because it ends up really being I'm so tongue-tied, a class in the law of attraction. It really ends up being about, it's not about bending silverware. That has no purpose in your life. You can't even use it for reading anymore. It destroys it. But bending the silverware is about you learning that you have that power in your mind and that you are a large energy field that interacts with all matter. There's no matter in here that your energy field is not a part of. Because you're a part of all of it. It's all consciousness. And once you learn you can change and affect that, you can create the life of your dreams. Woo! Okay? And the world of your dreams, the planet of your dreams, So, and heal people, heal each other, heal yourself, heal someone else, manifest anything you need, And so you're knowing that your energy field affects all matter, and how you control your energy field is with your thoughts. And how do you intensify your thoughts? With emotion. So when you put a lot of emotion, so it's not like you just focus and concentrate. No, in the class you get excited and you yell, and that's what allows for the bending. And it's actually in the release. You build all the energy, you focus it. In Jack's class, there were basically 3 things you need to know, which was connect. So you connect with it visually, energetically. You're going to bring in an energy, send it through your head, down your arm, into the metal, where you're holding, and down your wrist into the metal, so that's the connect. You put the energy in it. You concentrate it, build it, get it hotter, 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 brighter, brighter, brighter. Little hypnosis involved. You'd see me doing it. You'd see me doing it, and you're going, oh, I guess she's hypnotizing. A little bit, just a little bit. I'm not really certified, but you'd recognize the techniques.
Yes.
Hotter, hotter, brighter, brighter, and and often people get very hot doing it.
Right.
Hotter and brighter, and you're doing that like with your eyes closed, building up the energy visually. So that's the connect, and the command is once you've got it all built up, and there's a little bit more in the visualization, but I take people through the process. So connect, and then you do command, which is you're going to command it to bend.
Oh, wow.
And here you go, bend, bend. And I usually have people get emotional. Yeah.
Oh,
Then the next one, release. Because you're like, you gotta go. Let go, let God. Get over the universe. And then, in a very relaxed release thing, you go, let dee 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 dee, and you do all this cool shit.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness.
Now, the
Wow.
last thing I do in the class
Oh, this
is
is
we
a
take.
good one.
Oh, yeah.
So
The
when you have
last
a
thing we
class
do is we take an unbent. Let me give you one of these as a better example. Okay, not even a better example. Yeah, right. Okay, that's good. I think it's the same one, but that's fine. Okay, the last thing you do, because this is a little bit manipulated right here. I'm hoping to get something a little straighter.
Here, use the spoon.
Most forks are going to be fairly straight in the handle, have a natural little bend here, and a natural little curve up here. So they're kind of going to go do-do-do, and then the bowl curves slightly. And usually, if you line it up, the tines, the prongs, whatever you call it, were brought up. Some people say tines, some people say prongs. The end of the tines, prongs, are lined up pretty much with the handle when holding it perfectly straight. And this way, it's pretty flat, not twisted like this. And these, you look at them and they're pretty lined up. Points are lined up. And so the last thing we do after you bend 3 or 4 pieces, like 2 spoons, 2 forks, manipulating with your hands. If I run out of time, sometimes it's 2 spoons and 1 fork. So 2 spoons, 1 fork. If there's time, 2 spoons, 2 forks. Depends on the class and how quickly they're learning, and if they've ever done it before. These things I can speed it up. And then, but then we pull a fork like this, and we make sure these are lined up, evenly spaced, blah blah blah. And you do the same process. Connect, put the energy in, command, release. But this time, instead of doing this, using your hands and doing stuff, you're gonna go. After you do the release, you're going to go like this. Scoot your hand down like this and hold it like this. And sometimes if I have a lot of silverware, everyone will hold 2 forks. Like this and like this. So you've done the whole process like this.
Right.
Bend, bend, bend. And then, now you don't want to do a wonderful job at manifesting a straight fork. So you're not going to sit there and stare at it because you're going to just manifest a really wonderful straight fork. What you do is after you do the release, I have people do this, not look. Okay? About 1 in 20, and I call it the hands-off bending. So at that point, you're doing the telekinesis, a little bit. It's a little bit of both, because you've done the psychokinesis effect, and then it's moving on their own. So a little bit of both. Okay, but you're not like levitating.
Everybody ends up bending, or just
No, everyone bends hands-on, 3 to, between 3 and 5 pieces. The hands-off, as far as the people affecting, like major effect on it, is. In my class so far, it's about 1 in 20 people. So, if I have a bigger class, probably a big group, maybe 1 person will do it. Sometimes I have a lot of classes, or it's just, I don't do the class unless I have at least 2 people signed up. So I gotta have 2 people to even do it. And then, everyone will bend, but the hands-off bending, on an average, is about 1 in 20 people. Hang on.
Remember that
Yeah.
part?
This was done with hands. But in Jack's class, and it was mostly little kids, would have it go all of the matrix, fold over. Now this was done with hands, but just to show you the shape, when it goes and goes all the way over. This, again, someone did with their hands, but a lot of people have it do that shape.
I have seen
Go over that much. But again, this was done using hands because everyone who does this takes it with them.
Yeah.
These 2. Let's start with this one. I think I had done it in class. Now this was a perfectly straight fork. As you can see, if you hold the handle here, it should go straight here. It starts to lean right here. And then it ripples here, And then, if you hold it straight here, you'll see that the fork leans over more than it should.
Yeah.
Right.
It should, it's just curving over a little bit more than it should. And you can see the
those
tines
prongs
are
kind of messed up.
back and
yeah.
forth, the prongs, back and forth, and up and down, cattywampus, right? Okay. I effected some of this change one time, but left it in the straight silver for someone to use again. Someone else picked it up, and they said this one's got a little bending, but I said, well, look at it and, know how much it's spent, and you can use it, because I was short on silverware.
Yeah, right.
So I let them use it again for the hands
Yeah,
up.
sure.
And they did the process and got a little more. So me and someone else caused this. Now,
That's cool.
even this, even if a tine, only one tine did that, forward or back or something, we'd call that success.
Yeah.
If all you got was a little
Amazing.
if all you got was that ripple, we call it
That's
success.
yes,
If you've
yes.
had any change on it, any
Yes.
visual change, we call it success.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, sometimes if, let's say I have a class of 10 people, maybe 2 or 3 will have some amount of change, and about 1 in 20 have significant change. Now I've tried this myself to have it go over and do the whole thing, probably, I don't know, at least 50 times, maybe 100 times that I've done this. I've only achieved it to any significance this time, obviously, and like 3 or 4 times. But a year ago, I did a big group. I had about 15 people, and 3 people had major bending, which I was one. And this one's pretty thick. Now this is super thick. Now let me show you this. Like right now, if you try to bend that hand, everyone pass that around, try to bend it. You can't. But I have some equally thick, like this. This is equally thick of a handle.
You ruined it.
Did you bend it?
You said bend it.
No, let's try to bend
Oh, you
that.
said
She-
don't bend it. Oh,
Did you think that was coarse?
No,
How did you just bend that?
she's
I'm sorry.
No, you're tough. She's tough.
I've been at
I'm
that.
sorry.
He bent it back. He bent it back. She didn't
No, that's
bend it.
beyond. I gave you that to say that's beyond strength.
Oh,
You just obviously really did it.
I bent it.
No, that's
really
beyond
good.
strength. That
Okay.
handle. I
I'm
have
in trouble.
No, you're
Okay,
not in trouble.
people who
You're
been
strong.
really good in the class, and particularly men, who don't trust themselves, who said, well, maybe I just did it because it was fairly thin stuff with force. I have some aside that are
Like
that
way.
you'd have to go and use the edge of a table and your foot to fucking bend. This is one of those. And you just bent that
Casey,
with your
did
hands?
you bend it back a little bit
He
even?
bent it back.
Yeah, because when you held it up, it was really bent.
Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah.
No.
Silver.
This is silver plate. I think you just really did it. Because, watch, you try, I can't bend this right now. Barely. I can barely bend that. And you bent it easily.
She just did. I saw it when she held it up. You saw it, right? It totally
Went
bent.
over and show who it
Now, I'm
was
not
he
surprised
wanted.
that either of you would do it. At all. But you guys, hang on, let me finish. If
I
you
wouldn't-
were, hang
I
on,
didn't know
everyone,
it was
if
supposed
you
to
were
really
white
bend.
knuckling, I said try to bend this with strength.
You did it too
And
quickly.
this, I have this pulled aside
Yeah.
because I picked these out
Oh,
in thrift stores that I could not bend them with
Yeah.
strength. So I know people bend them in the class. They're really
They're
doing it.
really doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is one of those pieces. This you had. Were you going?
No, and you just did it in like
just
2
did
or
it.
3 seconds. She went, oh, sorry.
And it had
Okay. Do you understand? I cannot bend this with strength.
Oh,
So you just really
Okay.
did it.
Wow.
Now, could you have used strength to bend it back? Maybe, because you're stronger than
Yeah,
hers.
I can.
He used-
I
Did
can
you
do
go, or did it go
No,
really
he just
easy?
went.
I mean, I just used my regular strength. It wasn't. I didn't use any telekinesis.
You guys,
No, it's
I
making me
picked this out in
wonder.
a thrift store because I could not bend it no matter how hard I
Oh,
tried.
okay.
It's not Casey and Diane proof.
So you just
I'm
really
not
did it.
crazy.
Nice job, Mom.
So you just really did it. Well, I'm gonna put it aside and still let it be not more.
Good,
But I
this is
have-
dirty, man.
No, do you understand? My talking about it and your belief system shifting,
Your
that you
belief
probably
shifting.
just did it. You're like,
She did.
oh, she said I could bend this, I can. You did it.
Well, that's what I was like, yeah, let's do this.
See, and I used to try to
Okay,
bend it
but I was-
down.
I was
Oh,
saying-
I don't think
I was
can.
saying, I bought these, you cannot bend these with strength alone. These are to test people. And I was showing you that, and then I was gonna show you how that
Well,
one
the rest of us
spoon,
didn't
like
try
this, this handle is one of those beyond strength ones.
that.
But to
Okay.
say, here's bent, so to show, and I have people in the beginning class say, yeah, I can't bend this, like you guys. And later in the class, they wanna test themselves, I hand it to them, and then they go, it bends really easy.
Oh.
But I think as I was talking about it, you
Yeah,
guys have
you
a
did.
belief system allowing for this, that you actually did it. Because I can,
I
sure,
thought you
her
were-
and I can't bend that one.
Well, I never tried. I just was testing. That's all.
I said
didn't-
try to bend it with
Oh,
strength.
I said, no,
I said
didn't
try to bend this with
I
strength.
didn't try. Yeah.
Well, I did in a thrift store and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that I couldn't either.
I'm gonna go home.
I
and
mean,
bend all my.
not without going,
Tim's
you
gonna
know,
come over for
not
dinner.
without
She's
going
gonna
for
do
some
sports.
Try your daughters.
Anyways, but the whole point was I was trying to pass a spoon around to say, as you can see, this is one that's beyond physical strength. So if somebody bent this in the class, they know they're really doing it. And then you thought I was saying to bend it,
Yes.
and you
yes.
did, but that's in my beyond physical strength pile. So you
Yeah,
just
that's what I
actually really
recall.
did it.
I was listening to her saying that. That was good.
You actually
Nice
really
job.
did.
Yeah, that's so now.
The little silver ship is right where we are. The silver ship is where we are. And then you can see UFO hotspots, UFO sightings, alien encounters, haunted locations, orb activity, paranormal or other profound spiritual events, and black ops military encounters, all the little black ones. And there's this weird hand with really long, and there was no one standing behind those people, and yet there's this long hand. And those people said, no, it's not my hand. This lady said my hands were down. The other guy said my arms were around both women. The women had their hands down, and yet here's this hand up, and then you can see this big triangle head with big eyes, and there was,
I see it.
and no one saw it, but it sure came out in the picture.